What would you rather, a rich, miserable life or a poor, happy life?
Give me a rich and miserable, baby. It's poor and happy.
You don't want to be happy.
It's fine. I'll find my way to be happy. I'll get a massage or something.
You guys, Mungai Eve is finally exposing Aziad for refusing to pay her back the money she loaned her to upgrade from economy to business class. Y'all, that is not even an expose anymore. It's a full-blown financial thriller. Aziad really took fake it till you make it to a whole new level. And now she's out here serving broke girl energy like it's a brand deal. Imagine borrowing money for business class, flexing like a boss, and then going ghost mode when it's time to pay up. But hold up, because it's not just Mungai Eve. Flaqo's name is also in the mix. And based on a conversation you all are just about to see, let's just say Aziad allegedly offered to pay Flaqo back in some other forbidden fraud kind of way, if you catch my drift. And here is where it gets really messy. Clients have started dropping voice notes, literally begging her to return their cash. And the receipts are receipting, you guys. We are talking 1.3 million shillings deep in unpaid debts, and that's just from one client, you guys. The desperation in these audios, it's embarrassing.
Baby girl, I mean, everyone listen if she's okay, I need to pay her. Because 200k. You need time to dish to 10. Sema nitamrudisha to 10. Alafu hapo nitakurudisha at least ikiwa utasikia 10k. So please tuniulizie hivyo. Kama 10k juu ni kidogo, yani ni standard vibaya sana. Kwa standard vibaya sana. Kusema kweli, nimekuwa natafuta 400k. Nimeshinda tu kukwambia natafuta 400k. Nimetoka at least hapo kwa watu wanaweza kuonesha. Nimetoka kwa mtu kidogo ndio nimeenda kutumia hiyo slot kando. So akiniulizie tu please, but otherwise that.
Y'all, there's a lot to unpack here. So without a bit, let's get to the meat. Now, I'm not the one to gossip, but when whispers start flying up and receipts start popping, how can we not talk about it? Because it's one thing to borrow money from family and friends, but clients? But before we dive into how she finessed Mungai Eve and clients begging for their money back, let me bring you up to speed real quick, because there's always that one person who didn't have internet access when the tea was first spilled. TikTok queen Azziad has been out here living like a high roller. But apparently, the money wasn't money. According to the latest scoop, Aziad and Herman Morgan were out here flexing lifestyles they simply could not afford. And when the bills started piling up, Aziad reportedly turned into the ultimate borrow and bounce queen. We are talking about borrowing cash from friends, influencers, and even politicians, allegedly. Yep, you heard that right. Just to keep up the it girl aesthetic. And get this, it wasn't just for basic needs like 2k urgently to buy food. No, she was borrowing big bucks to find luxury flights, vacations, and God knows what else. Word on the street is both her and her pink-lipped boyfriend even allegedly turned into gambling to keep up, but ended up in even more debt. But here's the gag. When things started getting green and the data started asking for their money back, Azziad turned into a ghost. He literally disappeared into thin air. It was so bad that they even started sending her demand letters, guys. You know it's bad when things start getting legal. Like literally, no one could reach her. No texts, no DMs, and no posts on social media. Girl went completely MIA, acting like the world was against her. What is it with the influencers always claiming to be going through a lot after messing up? It was a miracle that she was even alive. And then, bam, right at the end of December, she pops back up with a wholesome story about falling into depression from bad financial decisions, trying to play the victim. Don't get me wrong, we all mess up, but borrowing money to fly business class, now that's a whole new level of behavior, you guys.
Hey mom, how are you doing? Hope you are doing well. I'm so sorry I'm disappointed. You trust me, it was not bad liking. I've not been around. I literally just landed yesterday morning. And not been on the phone. Not been on the phone. That's a bad thing because I've honestly been depressed. Okay, I'm not okay. I'm not doing okay. I'm trying. I'm not gonna lie to Miracle that I'm alive today because I'm just tired. And I'm not even telling you this to feel pity for me or anything like that. I'm telling you this because it's honestly how I've been feeling the past few days. That's why you've not been able to get to me. God has not been able to get to me because I get to this point where if things are so dark and I'm so tired, I just need touch. I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave the room. I don't want to get on the phone. I don't want to post. You've noticed I've not been posting. I've not been doing anything. And yeah, this year has just been crazy. The past few months have been crazy. And I know I've wronged Irene.
And just when we thought the saga couldn't get any messier, here comes Mungai Eve with a knockout blow, and trust me, it's ugly for Aziad. The receipts are out, the damage is done, and the internet is eating this up. Now let's switch gears and talk about the one and only, always controversial former kienyeji turned city girl buddy, Mungai Eve. Sure, Eve might be a whole menace, but don't get it twisted. Coin. And guess who Azziad ran to when she needed cash to upgrade to a business class flight she couldn't afford? Yep, she turned straight to Eve, and surprise, Eve actually lent her money. What Mungai did not know was that Azziad was about to turn her into an unwilling investor. The story goes, Azziad got an international brand collab and was flying out with a bunch of other influencers. Now, this brand was flying them out and had paid economy class tickets for everyone. You know, the humble people section. Nothing wrong with that, right? But not Azziad. No. Her standards were apparently too high to breathe the same oxygen as the economy class crowd. So what does she do? She decides to upgrade herself to business class, and good for her, right? But plot twist, she didn't actually have the cash to pull this off. What is that? By this time, she was already drowning in debt. So she had to call someone for this small favor, and it was none other than her former bestie, Mungai Eve. Just a casual 250k loan for an upgrade. Because, you know, when you're living out here, the luxury life, you want to assume people will understand, right? Mungai Eve, being the kind soul we hope she is, actually sent the money. She thought it was a loan to Aziad and that she will pay back. But what Eve did not know was that Aziad received it as a gift from a generous friend. And surprise, surprise, the moment Eve expected her money back, Aziad ghosted her for real, like she was never even a friend in the first place. Oh, there are receipts, you guys. Listen to this audio.
Akamtext akamwambia nitumie 250k. Akamtumia 250k. After amemtumia, besti yake mwingine influencer mwingine akamwambia wewe, kama umetumia Aziad hiyo pesa sahau, itakunywa maji cause anataka ku upgrade aende kwa business class, ataki kutravel na wengine kwa economy. What?
Moving on, guys, hold on to your seats because we are barely scratching the surface here and it's about to get even juicier. You won't believe who Aziad's next victim was, or should I say almost victim, none other than the hilarious Flaqo in this proof. Word on the street is that Flaqo had added some cash, but she was unable to pay back. Here's where it gets more twisted. Allegedly, Aziad tried to settle this debt in other bedroom and Nyash-related ways, if you catch my drift. Apparently, Flaqo turned down the offer and just let the money go. But here's where it gets really interesting. When asked about this, Flaqo straight up denied. Let me just read a portion of the DMs for you. A little buddy told me that Aziad borrowed money from you on her condition. Is it true? And do you wish to comment on it? And Flaqo responds, no, she did not. Upon further probe, he still insists that Aziad did not borrow money from him. But right after denying, he posted this meme saying the person I tell secrets to has started working for a radio station. People were able to put two and two together and took this meme as proof that Flaqo definitely gave Aziad some money, and when she was unable to refund, Flaqo shared this with someone. He just didn't want to talk about it publicly because we all know how that goes. But wait, there's more. There's this podcast interview Flaqo did a while back. People are saying he was low-key talking about Aziad and her shady dealings. Here, take a listen.
Corridor. Yani hiyo time hadi maselebo wenye unawatchingi kwa TV. Sasa hiyo ndio wanakuapproach, you know what? I like you, unaangalia ngoja. Huu ni nani wa ile program?
Ulipita.
Guys, the plot keeps thickening. Forget friends and fellow influencers. Aziad took it a step further and started borrowing money from upward clients. Yep, you heard that right. Stay with me because this is where it gets real spicy. So, after Aziad borrowed money and ghosted her entire contact list, this girl was still desperate. And her desperation sent her straight to clients. Clients, like who in their right minds burn bridges with the very people who put food on their table and a roof over their head? For this one, I'm gonna stop talking and just read the receipts for you. Aziad alinipa depression. She asked for upfront like 300k or more to do a job. Then unamfuatilia fanya hiyo job hadi unauma na kichwa. Give up. And this client continues to say, I wanted to work with her and she started asking for upfront payment, which I didn't have a problem with, until she kept asking for emergency money after paying upfront. So looking for her to get the product and shoot was hell, so I let go. Nikasema acha tu hiyo pesa iende, Mungu ataleta ingine. My peace was more important than kutafutana na mtu kama shilingi. This client then sends proof of payment proving that she sent Aziad 150k as one of the many payments she made, which Aziad never refunded, and also refused to get the job done because she was too busy setting standards online. Do you know what's really sad about this case? All she had to do was deliver the work, but she didn't even do that. This is so bad for her because other potential clients will see this and start avoiding Aziad like a plague.
I'm just in the middle of purchasing my house, and I have some pending payments. I need to raise almost 1.8 M. But anyway, that's besides the point. Between me and poverty, the loose cash that I have is almost 650 Gs, and my deadline was on Monday. And there's this really important payment I need to make today as stamp duty, and I am less. I am less. Trust me, I've tried almost everyone that I know. People are like, I should have come last week. I should have come on Monday. Can you wait till next week? And I'm like, man, I am honestly in need right now. So here's me putting myself out there. Number 300,000 Kenyan shillings. It's gonna come back to you before the end of next week. And I know you're probably wondering, hey, what? Maybe I need a favor. Akina pole kukusumbua ni favor ya pesa. So akina niko stranded kidogo huku, siri kidogo sana. Again, long story, sijali, I'll let you know. I don't want to bore you with the details, but to cut to the chase, nataka unitumie pesa nikurudishie Tuesday latest. Why am I saying Tuesday? Ile ya kwanza ni deni yetu ya kufanya kazi na pengine hapo juu. But yes, hizi nataka nikurudishie on Tuesday latest because yesterday I was sent money from the US by one of my clients. Lakini sa ubaya ni that money is going to reflect in 0 to 1 business days. So it was sent Saturday.
Guys, so much has been said about Aziad's state of affairs. Some are coming for her, calling her out for living beyond her means, while others are convinced it's just a rough patch and that she'll bounce back. But the truth is, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and trust me, it could be way worse. These receipts are just a fraction of what's out there, and allegedly, some big names are involved, but they don't want their names getting dragged into this online mess. At the end of the day, Aziad is clearly going through something mentally, and if it's true that she and that TikTok-obsessed boyfriend, who is more focused on followers than fixing real-life problems, turned into gambling to keep up with those online standards, this situation is way deeper than it looks. If she doesn't get help, things are about to spiral even further. Check out how scathing these comments are. At this point, achukua bakuli aungane na beggars wenzake kwa streets. Why? Na vile Aziad speaks badly of deaths in her morning show on Sound City Radio. She is the last person I would expect to be exposed because of deaths. Desperate times call for desperate measures. All that na mwamba. Hey, huyu anaomba kushinda wale beggars tao. Si angeomba Ariana Grande juzi wakiwa pamoja. I've heard the problem is her house payment na car payment debts. Money ikiingia inaisha. What broke imenisaidia? Aziad angekuwa ashaniomba 300k. It's bad, guys. But if you thought Aziad's case is a mess, just wait till you learn the truth about Khalif Cairo in this video. Find out who is really the billionaire behind his brand and why he's the only one facing legal troubles right now, despite the fact that he's not the only one who owns Cairo. It's a total disaster, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. And hey, if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe.